Hey, we're back at the top again today with the beginning of a new series to wrap up Generation 7. For the rest of the year, we'll be going over the best of Generations 1 through 7 every Sunday, leading up to the spring where we will have our first reactionary countdowns to all the new things of Generation 8. Today, before the game's released at the end of the week, I would like to revisit my best memories that defined each generation. Taking this trip down memory lane will help me cherish those times before embarking on a brand new adventure into Generation 8. Of course, these are memories that occurred during that specific generation, so for example, Technus the Metagross' soloing Cynthia's team in the Journey of Generations this past summer doesn't count. Before we dive in, let me know some of your favorite memories from past generations in the comment section below. But it's time to take a trip to the past. Here are my best memories that defined each of the past 7 generations. We are going in chronological order here, starting with Generation 1. See, in Generation 1, I decided on Pokemon Red, and while I picked it up a bit late, I bought Red when I bought my Generation 2 game, I still enjoyed it. One of the memories from that game wasn't actually substantial, since because I had bought my Generation 2 game at the same time, I didn't really play it as much. But if you know about the Missigno glitch, then you know where I'm going with this. You all know about that glitch, right? You talk to the old man in Viridian City, then you can access glitched Pokemon along the east shore of Cinnabar Island. The thing about this was, in my first file on my Red version, there were level 200 plus Mewtwo's on the shore. That was wild, as I could get free unlimited level 100 Mewtwo's. Talk about mind-blowing to a mind of a child. Alas, I don't remember why I restarted that game, but I got a Golduck in its place on that new file. Not nearly as exciting. Generation 2 had a lot of great memories, as that was my first Pokemon game ever. So many great memories in that copy of Pokemon Silver. So many unfortunate memories too, but we'll get to that later. If you want to see me react to this copy of Pokemon Silver, that link to the video is in the card above. The thing I want to focus on from Generation 2 is shiny Pokemon. See, as a child, I thought the shiny Gyarados in the Lake of Rage was a special Pokemon they had made up for that specific event. I thought it was a one-off, but let me cue up this summer day. I'm in summer camp, basically a daycare at a high school, and we're in one of the upstairs rooms watching a movie. I'm lucky enough to have the hallway light give me enough light so I can see the screen while I enjoy playing Pokemon. I'm on Route 35, the one north of Goldenrod City, and to my shock, and everyone else's as I disrupt the movie, a shiny female Nidoran appears. It blew my mind. Again, I actually didn't know you could run into wild shiny Pokemon at random. After that, I found 2 other shinies, a shiny Quagsire in Silver Cave while hanging out with my friend in his front yard, and the other was a shiny Onix, also in Silver Cave. That one was insane, as I was legit shiny hunting back then. And a full odds shiny Onix appears, but this one has more of a backstory. Less than 10 to 20 minutes later, I'm in a battle as I get mean looked by a Golbat on that Onix. And at this point, Onix has a terrible moveset, which was making the battle take forever. Then I was at an event, and the leaders of that event took away my Game Boy for playing it while the event was going on. I was afraid that they were going to A, turn it off while I hadn't yet saved, or B, not give it back in time before the batteries gave out. Luckily, neither happened, and I was able to save the game and my shiny Onix. But seeing shiny Pokemon exist outside of the Gyarados event definitely was remarkable. Generation 3 was an odd one for me, as I had been given Pokemon Sapphire by a friend for my birthday. However, that's not even the game that this memory takes place in. It actually takes place on my friend's copy of Pokemon Emerald. And at this point, I'm still pretty young, not really a teenager, but still naive enough to believe ridiculous claims about Pokemon. In this case, I had heard that if you caught a Pokemon in a Premier Ball, it would become shiny. So then I'm just sitting there in the kitchen for hours, trying to catch this level 70 Kyogre in a Premier Ball. And after 2 hours, I finally did it. Alas, it didn't become shiny, but I did have something to brag about to people, and especially to my friend who had caught the Groudon in that same game in a Nest Ball. Which one was more impressive, though? Generation 4 had the first games that I bought on the release date. I had planned on going to the store and buying it with my friend, but plans had changed. I snagged a copy of Pokemon Diamond because I like the color blue more. And I played all of the Generation 4 Pokemon games over 100 hours on each copy that I bought on release. Many great memories. But the one that hit me the hardest had to be the one that caused me to realize that I need to train a full team of 6 instead of relying on an overleveled starter. In that copy of Pokemon Diamond, which you can see me react to in the card above, I had a level 68 Torterra going into the Elite Four, and the others were around level 35. A Luxray, a Staraptor, a Floatzel, basically stuff that you need for HMs. But I also had my Dialga that I caught earlier. It wasn't easy at all. In fact, every one of my team was down for the count, including my level 68 Torterra. However, it was down to my Dialga versus her Garchomp. All I had to do was survive an earthquake or be forced to retry the entire Pokemon League. And somehow, I managed to survive with 17 HP and fired back a roar of time. I don't know about you, but back then, it put me through some anxiety and nervousness, followed by the high of success. I've never had a championship bout like that since. Even though I continue to buy games on their release date, Generation 5 doesn't have that many great memories. Neither in White or White 2, the two games I originally bought, have anything I can cherish. Well, okay, maybe one thing. See, leading up to Pokemon Black and White 2's release in 2012, I was doing something that eventually evolved into the Journey of Generations on this channel. In this case, I was going through the order of game releases. I was playing Heart Gold at the time, and was soft resetting for a modest Cyndaquil, and ended up finding a shiny Chikorita instead. No, that's not the memory from Gen 4, as Heart Gold was from Generation 4, but this is about Generation 5. What is the memory from Generation 5 was later on, after I bought White 2, I ended up running into a full odds shiny Liepard. So combined, after not running into any shiny Pokemon for 6 years straight, I ended up running into 2 in a span of 2 months. And technically there was a third, but that's a story for another video. And then we get to Pokemon X version from Generation 6. This is the generation that introduced me to the YouTube Pokemon community. And oh boy, this memory was insane. So around 2014, a YouTuber by the name of Steve, aka Magnitude, you've probably heard of him, but he posted on Twitter requesting that someone breed a timid Protean Froakie and nickname it after then Milwaukee Bucks player Jabari Parker. I didn't have anything else to do at the time, and I enjoyed doing something like this since most of 2014. I had been breeding and grinding out levels for Pokemon while watching YouTube videos. I was on the first set of 5 Froakie when the 4th egg was hatching, and out came a Froakie that was not only timid nature, with the ability of Protean, but a shiny one to boot. I was ecstatic. I still nicknamed it Jabari Parker, and still tried to give it to him since I would have never hatched it had he not made the request, but he turned it down on respectable reasons. Well, now that I got to keep it, it was time to see what stats this little guy had at least. I went to the IV checker, and it was max IVs in every stat, but special attack. I was vastly disappointed. A timid Greninja with low IVs and special attack? Oh well. It'll just be sitting in my box then, because I have much better ones. But the last second, I wanted to truly know what that special attack stat was. I went to the Battle Institute in Lumio City, and the level floor there is automatically boosted to level 50. So I inputted those level 50 stats into an IV calculator, and my mind was blown once more. This was a nearly flawless shiny Greninja with the best ability and nature. It had 30 IVs in special attack, alongside the other 5 stats being 31. I don't think I will ever get this lucky ever again. And as for the final generation, Generation 7, we're going to go to the better set of games and visit Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. This time, I don't actually need to explain the situation of the event, as my best memory from this generation is sitting back on the Ultra Sun livestream back at the end of 2017. If you never saw that livestream, basically it evolved Ultra Necrozma. I had failed 2 times in a row to defeat it, and well, the rest is history. Take a look for yourself. This is wild, dude! Oh, it flared to life. Of course it has to. We'll be able to tell if we can catch him if it's in the top left-hand corner. We cannot catch it. We cannot catch it. We're gonna try high horsepower. I don't know what typing it is. Photon Geyser! What the heck? I can't do anything. Everybody's getting one shot. Everybody is getting one shot. I'm just laughing at this point. He's just gonna power jam I'd say this is impossible. This is impossible to do. This is legitimately impossible for me to do right now. I'm gonna call it off right now. He literally has the most perfect team. Perfect moveset. Yeah, I can't beat it. I can't beat it. I haven't used a battle tactic yet. I physically just can't do anything right now. I'm gonna try this. This is gonna be dumb. I'll try using a Roto Boost. I don't know how good it's gonna help though. It lived to float on Geyser at level 56. Do I just need to stall that out? What if I did that? If this works, I can't believe I had to use all Power Gem. We're in a better position! We're in a better position! We might not be able, we might not miss any Pokemon. I had to blow 5. I had to blow 5 of them. I had to blow 5 of the rare candies. And I think we got it. It's all in your, the ball is in your court. I'm using, I don't know if I should use that last one. I'm going Earthquake. The ball is in your court. You're in 3rd gear. You're in drive right now. Oh my! That's a crit for the ages! That is a crit for the ages! That one! These are why Ferrari cars are so much money! This is why Ferrari cars are so much flippin' money! Oh my gosh! Yup, I had to pull out all of the stops. But Ferrari the Mudsdale had so many steroids pumped into him and still managed to score that devastating hit and critical hit to defeat Ultra Necrozma. You could see it on the live stream how fired up I was, and I hope to do that once more at the end of this week. But with that, well, that will wrap up my best memories from each generation. I hope to create more memories this weekend as we embark on a new journey into Generation 8 on the Marathon stream kicking off Sword and Shield's release. Do you have any favorite memories from past generations that you want to share? Well, let me know in the comment section below as I will try to read all of them. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any part of the Marathon stream this weekend and to start the climb today. With that, I want to thank you for watching and I'll catch you back at the top later on because that's how you do watch.